Hi everybody, we are currently on location. We are actually outside, so Henry has another doctor's appointment. So, hi everybody, this is Robin with Rambling Rimkai, and we are on location at the destination. Well, just outside of Henry's doctor's office. We are currently in Cousin Eddie, Henry's truck. So, here's Cousin Eddie. The crapper's full. Talk with you guys and kind of update you, continue on since this is part 2 of the story. Since I'm busy, I'm going to be here for a while. Anyway, so where were we? Okay, so we were talking about Henry's accident. Okay, so a lot of stuff happened in that accident, and it kind of, like I told you, foreshadowed a lot of events that were going to take place. Let's see, backtrack, let me remember some ins and outs. The injuries exacerbated a lot of the wear and tear that my husband had endured for 30 years of service. Really jar and re-injure and aggravate the injuries from, and undo a lot of the repairs that they did from the surgeries on his shoulder, his knees, his foot, and all that other stuff. There was a lot of stuff done. So when we got there, there was a lot of MRIs, x-rays, and a lot of stuff taking place. He also had skin burns because he was wearing shorts on his drive to work. He hadn't transferred over into his camis yet. One thing we found out during that whole process of going through and talking with the ER, I'm not sure about any other districts in regards to the military regarding TRICARE, but we were forewarned and we were informed by the managing departments of the hospital, due to the high influx of motor vehicle accidents in this area, that TRICARE has a tendency to deny deny coverage because there is a high aptitude to you to seek compensation from the person that caused the injury, caused the accident, and get compensation. Therefore, when we found that out, they opened up a separate file because this was a car accident, and because this had nothing to do with Henry working as a Marine. This had nothing to do with TRICARE, so just be aware, because this has happened to several people, and I was informed of that from a friend of mine who was also in a car accident, and she was told, get an attorney because TRICARE might deny you, and she was. The person that hit Henry was ticketed at the scene for failure to yield, and yield the right of way, and a whole bunch of other things. So here it is 3 years later, and we're still dealing with the end results and trying to deal with it. It's still ongoing. It hasn't ended. So we're still dealing with that mess. But we had a certain amount of time to, because we had orders to go to Quantico, and he was now in a car accident. He was now on a medical hold. There was a lot of stuff that we had to deal with, get him to a point of being able to be medically released but still on hold, because there was not much they could do. It was one of those weird kind of environments where they needed him to get there. They needed to release him because the unit was closing, so he needed to get there, but they needed to transfer all of his medical records and have the other facilities take responsibility. It took another, I think it was like 3 to 4 months after the accident for us to, I think it was 3 months, 3 to 4, I think it was like 3 to 4 months. I'm trying to remember. There's so much that's been taking place from that point on. So with that being said, we had to get from Virginia Beach to Quantico, well, to Fort Belvoir was our first location. Then we bounced around to all the other campgrounds while we were there. And that means going through the winter, snow, and all that stuff. It was insane. Why Henry was healing from the car accident. And I'll be honest with you, he never fully healed. He still hasn't healed completely. When we got to Fort Belvoir, we got everything unloaded and arrived there, and he went and checked into his duty station and got checked in with medical, got our stuff set up, and we noticed that things were not where we should be. It was difficult with the campsites just trying to get steady, but Henry was having difficult walking and massive headaches and backaches, and it was a very jarring time for us to be there. But we spent so much time at Walter Reed. We were there 3 to 4 times a week, and Henry had to have multiple surgeries while we were there. One was to fuse his cervical spine. But I watched Henry wake up every day in pain, go to bed every day in pain, try to push through it, and I don't understand. I still don't understand how he did it, but 3 years he pushed through, pushed on, and even after a failed spinal stimulator that got implanted and had to get pulled out because of infection, he still made it to his retirement date. But we still thought, okay, well, just allow him time to rest and recuperate, and he'll be fine. Well, we can do this. We can still travel and do this stuff. We came back home, dropped off the stuff that we didn't need, we weren't going to keep. You know, after retirement, we're like, okay, we'll gather the stuff that he wants to keep, his memorabilia and the gifts and stuff that he was given. And we're like, you know, the NRVTA will learn how to turn wrenches, you know, RV technicians, so that'll help pay for traveling. You know, so that'll give us something to do, travel one location to the next location, you know, stop for a week, help repair people's RVs, and then that'll pay for us to travel to the next location, and so on and so forth. You know, thinking, hey, this would be a great idea, and we had fun going to school, don't get us wrong. We got to do it together. We didn't just go for the 2-week course. We went for the whole kit and caboodle, got certifications, you know, national certifications and all that great stuff. And then we came, you know, and started sending off, you know, the paperwork, you know, here in Montana, so we can open up a business, thinking, you know, so we can be legit. Went home, dropped off our, you know, our certification information to, you know, Better Business Bureau and to the state, got our recognition, and parked for a little bit to get our medications and stuff and our doctors, and to go to our appointments so we can get back on the road. And as soon as we camped out at our campground, we had a lot of business pop up. Hey, you're a repair guy? Yeah. Do you work on furnaces? Yeah. We have water leak. Can you help us? Sure. No problem. No problem. We were good to go. We're all over the place. Sorry to say, you know, but we had this whole thing going and we were doing so well. But every day I watched Henry come home, and he was hurting so much. He couldn't say no to people. But when you watch your husband not be able to get out of bed and he can't feel his fingers, and he's wincing because putting his feet to the ground was causing so much pain, standing up was more unbearable, moving was getting so bad. What was the point of this? What was the point of us getting into an RV and moving? What was the point of us traveling and doing this if he's not going to be able to enjoy it? So more and more appointments were scheduled, more and more doctor's appointments were scheduled. We started cutting back the business, saying, hey, you know, he's going to have to take a couple days off. We need to take a look at some stuff. He's not feeling well. And the doctor said, hey, you understand, the injuries that you have are never going to heal. These are things that are never going to go away. And if you keep doing stuff that are going to keep impacting the injuries you have, it's going to keep hurting more and more and more. You're going to keep doing more and more damage. So what is it you want to your end result here? And we had a long conversation. We just opened up the business. What's our end result here? So we decided to close the business down, because the business was just supposed to be a way to help do the travel. But Henry really needs to take time. He went from active service into school and doing this But he can't enjoy any of this. He can't get any enjoyment out of any of this. Our weeks right now are him in every doctor's appointment. Monday through Friday, he's at the doctor's. He's not enjoying. What enjoyment is he getting out of this? None of it. He's not enjoying post-retirement. How much of his retirement is actual being of enjoyment? So, we're now looking at selling the RV and selling Ruby and buying a house. We do have a plot of land. We're going to be building a house, but right now the cost of building materials is wow expensive. So we have the layout of the house we want built, but right now we just don't have. We're not there yet. So we're going to sell the RV and the truck, buy a house, do what we need to do, hopefully in the next couple years, so we can get the house that we would like to have. So when we're in a position where we can have it built right the way we want it. But then once we get that stabilized and everything else under control and all, then we might get like a small, like Class C or something, or Class B, and then where I can drive, and we'll go do like national parks or whatever, and we'll do little seasonal trips, spring, fall, whatever, and then come home so Henry can continue to get the medical attention he needs, still recover, but enjoy his retirement without killing himself in the process of doing all this stuff. That's currently what we are looking at right now, but it's been a long time dealing with it, because from the accident to the retirement, there was so much going on between figuring out what was necessary for him to get better, but he was not getting better. We learned a lot being up there. I wish we would have been able not spend so much time in the hospital. I can tell you how to get around Walter Reed. I know that functioning place, especially locations where to park your dually if you only have a dually. I preferred to take the metro if I didn't have to have surgeries. I wish I would have had more time to be able to go and see the museums and to go see the Nationals play, and because it was really fun going to the ball game. Thank you, Nikki and Mike. That was a fun experience to go and see that. But we didn't get to go very often because we spent too much time at the doctor's. I do have plans to be able to learn and do more things here with Henry and try to get him better, both mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, because when you spend so much of your time in a constant cocoon of pain and you know nothing else but, it's a struggle and it tears your body apart. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan, is to get healthy and stronger and work together on doing stuff together, and we'll talk about his retirement. I'll get him on here so he can talk about his retirement and all the stuff that he did and we did. But I'm going to leave it here because I'm going to go in and check and see how his physical therapy is going. They should be cracking his back and stuff. And I think there's a guy here that's a little bit lost. He looks a little bit disheveled. So I'm going to see if he's okay. But I'll talk to you guys later. So you guys take care of each other, love one another, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.